YouTube, Optimus Prime coming back at you with a video. Today is Monday, November 19th, 2012. We are 1 day removed from Survivor Series. From what I've heard, read, seen, it was not a really memorable pay-per-view. It's a big pay-per-view. It's one of the 4 bigger ones, and it pretty much disappointed besides the last part of the match of the main event. I got to see that part. I didn't get to catch the whole pay-per-view. I was watching the Sunday night Steeler game. But from what I've heard, it was pretty much not a great pay-per-view besides that last part. So, if you didn't get to see the last part, I'll tell you a little bit what happened. Punk and Cena are pretty much beating up Ryback. Punk hits a GTS on Cena. Cena hits an AA on Punk. Ryback hits a shell shock on Cena. And it looks like Ryback's about to win the match. Until 3 individuals jump the guardrail and start beating up Ryback. Those 3 individuals are Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose has been known as hashtag Mr. Dark Match. He pretty much fights before a taping, after a taping, before a live show, after a live show, and people really wanted to see him on the main roster. Now, I'm a huge Dean Ambrose fan. He cuts fantastic promos. His in-ring skills are fantastic. He had a few matches there against William Regal that were just absolutely great matches. He pretty much has what it takes to be in the WWE. WWE has said that they were very high on Ambrose since his developmental contract was signed. They pretty much wanted him on the main roster, but they needed to send him to developmental just to get some things straightened out. So then Seth Rollins, he is the current NXT champion, which is interesting that they're bringing him on the main roster now, but he's still the NXT champion. So it'll be interesting to see where the or how the NXT belt is played out in the story. Maybe we'll show a little prestige to the group. Maybe he'll end up dropping it sooner or later. But I'm a big Seth Rollins fan. They said Seth Rollins pretty much was ready from the get-go as like Ambrose was, but they needed to work on his promos. They said his in-ring skills are fantastic, but his promos are lacking. So, why not put him in this group where CM Punk is just a fantastic promo guy. He maybe he can learn a thing or two from Punk, which is interesting. Same thing with Heyman. Putting Rollins with Heyman could also be a key thing because Heyman cuts good promos. So Rollins will probably learn a thing or two being with those 2 guys. I'm a huge Rollins fan. I think he's a great wrestler. I love watching his stuff. I'm excited to see him debut. Probably the most out of the 3 individuals. And then the last guy is Roman Reigns. He was the bigger looking guy. I'm not really too sure who he is. He's kind of like a bonus kind of guy, Cool. There's Ambrose, Rollins, and then there's this other guy. It'd be interesting to see how he plays out. I'm going to say he's probably going to be more of the enforcer kind of guy of this new little stable they developed. He's big. He fits the build of a wrestler. Huge guy. And he just looks like a powerhouse. From what I've read, he was the least ready to go to the main roster, but Triple H is very high on him. And when you're very high on the list of Triple H, you're pretty much set to do big things, a la Sheamus winning the heavyweight title about 3 months in to his WWE run, which is interesting to see this kind of play out maybe the same way. Not with the heavyweight title, but, being in a pretty prestigious group now. So, I was shocked that WWE pulled this trigger on it. If you're not familiar with myself, I called this. I called it. I'm going to be straight out with you guys. September 5th, I looked up the video. September 5th, I put out a video titled, What Will WWE Do with the CM Punk and Paul Heyman Angle? And I said they need to make a stable with CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Cassius Ohno, Brock Lesnar. So I pretty much got 2 of the guys. So I'm going to say I did a fairly good job on predicting it. I just see this working out really well. You know, the young guys come in and help CM Punk, give CM Punk a little um, more way of like a respect kind of angle where like the young guys respect him, and I could see this really playing well for WWE. Um, you know, the people last night were saying the new NWO. I don't necessarily like hearing that. You know, the NWO pretty much set precedents to what we see today as stables and to tag team divisions and things like that. So I don't really like when people call them the new NWO. NWO is completely different, which is interesting to see because if you actually think about it, Hulk Hogan was a face before starting the NWO, and then he starts the NWO and turns heel. So you know that'd be interesting to see like a kind of a John Cena thing where he's a face, but you know that's for a different video. I don't really know what they're gonna call their little stable here. We should find out tonight on Monday Night Raw. Tune into that 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It should be interesting to see what WWE plays out with this angle. If you know they start out right away as a stable, or if CM Punk kind of like tries to like deny that they helped him, or if they go right into it and like, yeah, you know what, we're so and so, and we're here to run the WWE. I don't know if you've seen my videos before about a stable, but a stable pretty much has a few main parts. You know, you have your leader, CM Punk. He does the talking for the group. Paul Heyman could also be in there as a leader. He does a lot of talking as well. And then you kind of have your tag guys. You know, that could either be Rollins and Ambrose. It could be Rollins and Reigns. It could be any of those guys combined. They could take the tag team division by storm. And then you have your mid card guy. Your mid card guy could be any of those three, and it would definitely add something to the group. They could do a pull like an evolution thing where they just get all the belts. That'd be cool. You can see CM Punk the champion, and then you could see two of those guys being the tag team champions, and then one of the other guys being the Intercontinental champion or something. That'd be cool, and just show that this group is a powerhouse kind of group. They're not going to take anyone from anything, and they're going to run the WWE. And that'd be a cool angle if they pull that out. Also, they can do. Excuse me while I gather my thoughts. I'm a little sick. If you can't hear my voice very well, I'm sorry. They could do pretty much just make this group look like a powerhouse group. What they can't do though, they can't do this where they're gonna have Ryback job out to these guys. Just make these guys jobbers. That's not what WWE should do with it. They should. I don't want like a triple threat match against a 3-on-1 handicap match where Ryback just destroys these three guys. They need to make these guys look like a straight power group that is just going to run through this company. And I think that would really add something to the group and to this stable. It would be a prestigious group, and I think that's what they're going to do with it. I think they're going to make a really cool group out of this. They have the guys to do it. Punk's phenomenal. Ambrose is phenomenal. Rollins is phenomenal. His just mic work needs mic work. And then Reigns, he's kind of the wild card of the group. I'm not sure what he brings, but it should be interesting to see what happens tonight on Raw. I'm definitely going to be tuning into that. Hit me up on Machinima Palooza if you're on there. Tonight I'll be on there chatting up with you guys. So I will see you guys then. On another note, I'm going to go out and call this again. I think they're going to be debuting a new title tonight. My thinking behind this is CM Punk is now a year in with this title. 365 days with the title. That's big. That's huge. That's 1 year without losing this title. He's defended it countless times against huge competitors. I can definitely see like a little title celebration tonight, and then he pretty much he could say like, Well, I'm already a year in. I'm one of the best champions this company has seen, and then he could debut the new title. They're talking about debuting the new title for a while now. People thought maybe Raw 1000. We are pretty much a long time removed from Raw 1000. So I think it's about time they debuted this title, and I think now is the perfect opportunity to do it. He set up this group, so bring the new title in with this group. I think that will work wonders. It's one of the fallback show, the aftermath show, whatever you want to call it, the show after Survivor Series, which is it's one of the 4 bigger pay-per-views. So something pretty good can happen tonight on Raw. So that's my thoughts on it all. Like I said, I called this stable before. If you want to go check that out, it's on my channel. It's called What WWE Should Do with the CM Punk and Paul Heyman angle. I called it. I said they should do Rollins, Ambrose, Ono, Brock, and Punk. So I got two right. Number one source. I'm just kidding, guys. But I did call it. So if you want to go check that out, like it, give it a watch. Tell me what you guys think they should do with this stable down in the comments below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I love replying to you guys. It's fun when we start talking it up about wrestling. And also tell me what you guys think the new name should be. I don't like hearing the NWO name, but if that's what it is and that's what they're going to call it, then, maybe I'll start liking it. Maybe Team Blackout, maybe Team, I don't know. It should be interesting to see what they play off tonight. So, tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Until next time, this is Optimus Prime signing out. Peace, guys.